What if you could build endurance and strength at the same time with just one kettlebell? Well, that's the promise of Iron Cardio. Developed by Brett Jones, StrongFirst Master Instructor and Director of Education, Iron Cardio works by performing repeated efforts of strength moves for low repetitions. The method is both super simple and flexible enough to accommodate just about any goal or fitness level. In this video, you'll learn how to perform and program Iron Cardio workouts, as well as the context and principles behind this style of training. And if you want to learn from Brett Jones in person, he's actually teaching a full day of kettlebell and mobility training at the Nashville Lift-A-Palooza weekend coming up in January. Check out the link in the description for more, and we hope to see you there. The basic Iron Cardio sequence looks like this: clean, press, and squat a moderately heavy kettlebell, something around your 5-rep max press weight. Rest briefly and shake out the tension, and when you're fresh, repeat the chain on the other side. Continue in this manner for 20 minutes, noting the total number of rounds you complete. Now you may be thinking, is that it? Well, yes and no. Honestly, just doing that workout 3 or 4 times a week will get you and keep you in really good shape. But even in the context of minimalist training, we still have lots of programming options to play around with to make long-term progress. Brett's book and course cover a ton of details, but here are a few ways you can tweak your Iron Cardio practice to dial things up or down. First and most obvious is the weight that you use. The recommended working weight for the program is your 5 RM press weight, but you can go a bit heavier or lighter, or work the sequence with double kettlebells. Next, you can set the constraint of your workout in 2 ways: total training time, for example, 10, 20, or 30 minutes, or by the total amount of work done, for example, 20, 30, or 40 sets. You can also modify the strength sequence itself in a few ways. A fun variation is the traveling twos approach. On each set, you'll perform a double of just one of the lifts. So that would be 2 cleans, 1 press, 1 squat, then 1 clean, 2 presses, 1 squat, and finally 1 clean, 1 press, and 2 squats. This same but different approach injects just enough variation to make every day different without straying from the basics of what actually gets results. If you're using Iron Cardio as a standalone program, you can flow through light, medium, and harder sessions. Iron Cardio can also be plugged into almost any training program as a once-a-week variety or practice day. And for a well-rounded kettlebell-only program, you can alternate Iron Cardio with simple and sinister swings and get-ups. So where does the Iron Cardio program come from, and what are the principles at play? Well, if you're familiar with Pavel Tsatsouline and StrongFirst, you've probably heard about the concept of anti-glycolytic training. Basically, this is a collection of strength and endurance methods that train your body to produce less lactic acid as opposed to simply tolerating more of it. And one of these methods is called strength aerobics. The general idea is to perform strength-based exercises with reps low enough to avoid going into heavy glycolysis or fatigue.
In training in general, you have a choice: tolerance versus capacity. So what a lot of lactate threshold training has focused on is tolerance. Can you take the burn? Building tolerance means you develop this ability to keep going despite the burn. Well, there's another way to do that, and that's to increase your body's capacity to clear the waste products and more effectively turn over energy. It's just better for the body in general. I think anybody that's done a high intensity interval program and saw fantastic results for the first 6 weeks and then fell off the other side and either had they got a cold or sick or a little tweak or soreness or that wouldn't go away. And there's a better way to do it so that your training is sustainable, it's healthier, and it's not that we're not getting glycolytic. That's impossible. It's that we're not spending that much time being glycolytic so our body can become more efficient in turning over the waste products and keeping us more clean burning within the system, which is just, like I said, just healthier.
Brett Jones expanded this basic idea into the Iron Cardio program, and over the years, it's been proven effective and sustainable by tons of folks in the kettlebell community, Brett chiefly among them. You see, after a cancer diagnosis and treatment in 2020, Brett used Iron Cardio to regain his strength and rebuild his body, and he's still using it today. If you like this kind of training and you want to learn directly from Brett himself, do not miss Lift-A-Palooza. It's going to be an epic weekend. You can learn more and sign up at the first link in the description. Hope to see you there.